Welcome back to FasTrax Cars. I'm Kevin Matlo, and I've got Dean here with the 1966 Datsun Roadster. 67, I'm sorry. 67 Roadster. Incredibly unique. I parked right beside it, and I love it. So, Dean, welcome to my channel, and thank you for talking to me.
Thanks for having me.
Tell me a little bit about your car.
Well, it's a highly modified 67 Datsun Roadster. About the only thing that's original is the gloss black body panels. Everything else has pretty well been changed. It's got a 1985 FJ20 turboed engine in it. It's got a Mustang 2 front end with tubular A-arms, and it's on air ride, as well as a Ford 9-inch. Frame's been modified to compensate for all those things and give me a little better handling as well.
Absolutely.
Watts linkage on the diff, and right now it's about 285 horsepower at the rear wheels.
Yeah.
Had it tuned. Going to get it boosted up hopefully to around 350.
Yeah.
At the rear.
And what does it weigh?
Total weight of the car, wet with me in it, is 2,400 pounds.
So great power to weight ratio.
Yeah, it works out really good for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. A little scary sometimes, but it's fun.
I bet. Do you drive it a lot? Is it daily or is it just for shows?
It's sunny days. I don't have a top for it.
Okay. So
it's got to be a nice sunny day, and then I take it out and drive it around. The rest of the time I just park it underground.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it works out good.
Wonderful.
Interior is all redone by myself. Lots of carbon fiber bits here and there on it. It's got rollwood brakes, 6-piston, 14-inch rotors on the front, 12-inch rotors, 4-piston on the back.
Good, yeah.
Manual brakes, manual steering. It's rack and pinion, and it's very quick.
So you feel it, and when you need to stop, it stops. When you need to turn, it turns.
Stops on a dime and turns on a button.
Good. That's what you need. But it's a small car to start with.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's going to handle really great to start off with.
Yeah. It was designed to compete against the TR6s and all the British stuff, MGBs and things like that. Yeah. And so they designed it to handle. Yeah, because that was sort of their benchmark when the Japanese went after that part of the market.
Absolutely, and they're still fighting for it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, prime example right there. They're still fighting for it. Now, this car, how many were produced like this? How many of these cars were made?
I actually don't know how many.
It can't be very many.
No, and there was probably, even with the production numbers they had, a lot of them stayed over in Japan. Yeah. You didn't see a lot of them in the States. More of them in Australia now than there is in North America. Yeah. So a lot of parts that I've been getting, I've had to go either there or find a special supplier out of the States to get parts for it. Yeah.
So I know I go to a lot of car shows here and in BC. I'm going to Okanagan here in June. Yeah. This is the first one I've seen. Oh. This is the first one I've seen.
Well, I belong to a club here in town, and there's a couple of guys that do have them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're all stocked pretty well, but that's the way they want to do it. This is the way I wanted to do it.
And that's the joy of having cars, and being a car person, you can do what you want with your car. It's your car.
Exactly. Yeah. Some people like it, some people don't, but they call it the Batmobile. So
it's not a bad thing. No, it's not a bad thing. Carbon fiber. You're talking? Are those carbon fiber mirrors or just wrapped?
Those are just wrapped.
Okay.
Yeah, or 3D printed. I don't know which.
Okay. Yeah.
But on the sides, this is real carbon. These parts. And then the dash is all real carbon, as well as the console. Yep. It's all carbon fiber as well. I just took flat panels and cut them to fit and made it so I could get the gauges and whatever else I was wiring into the dash in there. Yeah.
That works beautifully in the back.
That's the air ride system. That's the compressor. Yeah, it's got air ride all four corners, and it's got sensors on all four corners to keep the ride height even all the way across.
Is it adjustable suspension?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
How much ride up and down?
Well, with the travel I have in the shocks and the suspension, the front end will raise up about another 1.5 inches compared to what it is. So speed bumps aren't a problem.
Right.
Curbs aren't a problem. Yeah, so that works out well. And it can also be slammed right on the ground.
Excellent. Yeah, when you drive a car like
drive
this,
it
you
like
always worry about those things.
Yeah.
You know, going into a gas station, you have those humps where they fill those fill tanks, and
and they catch it on it every time.
You got to go slow and watch. You go out an angle on them.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and the brakes we talked about, suspension talked about, tires and rims. What do we got going on here?
We got Goodyear Eagle F1s, front and back, 275s, 30, I believe they're 3019s on the back, and 285s, 19 or 30 on the front.
Right.
And they're all 19-inch rims front and back. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
A lot of rubber on the road.
8.5-inch wide on the front, 10-inch wide on the back.
Yeah. A lot of rubber on the road.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Needed for this power to weight ratio.
Of course. And is it a 4-point harness?
It's a 4-point on this side, 4-point on that side. That's basically a stock system on that side. This has got the quick release.
Good.
Yeah. It's got a pedal box, so it's got individual master cylinders for front and rear brakes, and for the clutch. And in the gas pedal, it's all in one unit inside the car and the floorboards. Firewall has been moved back about 2 inches, so I could get the engine further back and down further for handling.
Yeah.
So
it's a little more of a mid-front engine.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's pretty well behind the front cross member, so that works out really good.
Much better handling. Yeah. Excellent. And exhaust-wise, we didn't talk about that very much.
It's got a turbo, and the wastegate dumps into the exhaust system rather than just into atmosphere.
Right.
And it's all down the side underneath the rocker panel here, and exits just in front of the rear wheel.
Right.
Yeah. And it's just a what is it? Dyno. I can't remember the name of it.
That's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
But there's no resonator, no muffler. It's straight out.
It's a muffler.
It's a muffler. Okay.
Yeah. But it's loud.
I bet. If you're an automotive enthusiast like we are, like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you're alerted when new videos go live.
I had to make a little muffler to fit into the tailpipe going into the garage I park in, because it was letting off the car alarms.
That's loud.
Yeah.
That's loud.
Yeah. A little bit too loud.
Excellent. But you've got a top for it, or no? No top.
No, it doesn't have a top, because I had the roll bar made by the same guy who made all the piping for the turbo system.
Right.
And where the roll bar and the seats sit now, you can't get to the mounts for the top.
Right. Okay.
So it's a fair weather car.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else you're going to do to the car coming up?
Yeah, actually, I've got a crank sensor I bought for the engine. Rather than just timing it on the distributor, it'll have a crank, electronic crank center, magnetic. Yeah. And I'm going to change over my light switch to a different light switch system as well. It's got the horn and everything incorporated, which this one does, but I'm not happy with it. So I've got another one coming.
Good.
Yeah, that's it for this year.
But performance-wise, it's going to stay basically as it is.
Well, once I get the new tune, with the new tune, I'm hoping to get it up around 300 or 350.
Wow.
And the fellow who's doing the tuning on it, he said he can make it on a switch, so I can, if I want the power, I just have to hit the switch, and then I've got the extra horsepower.
Wow, that's good. That's functional.
Yeah, well, like I said, I've already scared myself with what it's got right now with the rear wheels, so I'm sure I'll scare myself a lot more with more horsepower.
That's the joy of it, though.
Yeah,
that's the joy.
That's
you can say, I did it. I lived it. I lived through it.
That's why you build them like a race car, so you can pretend you're a race car driver.
Absolutely. You betcha. Thank you so very much for showing me your car. I do
you're
appreciate
welcome.
your time.
No problem. I appreciate you taking the time to look at it.